Fox 11 continuing to take a close look at the cost of higher education and preparing for it ahead of time. Good evening, everyone. Our coverage includes a town hall meeting on student loan debt. That's coming up on Thursday night.
Now, financial aid experts say families who are looking at colleges, they don't think about money early enough in the process. Roughly 70% of college graduates finish schooling with debt. And financial planners say there is a lot to think about when trying to manage it. Fox 11's Andrew LaCombe explains what to consider.
For the majority of college students, taking out loans is a reality.
The college debt, it's just that dark cloud that's over you.
Financial planners say managing the loans takes diligence from start to finish.
Most people are going to take on debt, but let's make it calculated debt.
In Wisconsin, a year of tuition and fees at a four-year public university averages around $8,800. That doesn't include books or room and board, which can cost close to $10,000 a year for students living on campus. Dean Listle acknowledges most families can't manage saving enough to directly pay for college.
If you do the math, you take a child who's just born, and if you were to fund $250 a month, by the time that child hits 18, you should be about right for a four-year college, a state college.
But there are options to save some money for college that generate more interest than a savings or money market account.
We still recommend firmly a 529 plan. At least you can get some tax-deferred growth.
Financial aid experts at area schools say families need to have open conversations early on about money, comparing net prices and examining loan options.
A lot of families aren't ready to talk about it when they're shopping for colleges. They're ready for it when their child is ready to go to school. Well, it's almost too late at that point. We try to start that conversation much earlier.
They need to understand the terms and conditions of loans that they are considering. You know, what is the interest rate? Is it fixed or variable? What's the repayment going to look like? When does repayment begin? So they need to understand those concepts. And then it's very important too, as they're exploring those options, they can rate shop within a 30-day window.
A De Pere woman with $74,000 of debt after getting undergraduate and graduate degrees says she wishes she had applied for more scholarships.
I was pretty stubborn too, and I'm like, I'm never going to get those scholarships. I'm never going to get those grants. And yeah, without that, that's part of the reason why I believe I'm sitting at $74,000 right now.
An average graduate of a four-year college in Wisconsin leaves with nearly $29,000 in debt. For those struggling with debt after school, financial experts stress communication with loan lenders to explore all consolidation, repayment, and postponement options.
Unfortunately, most people get into a situation where they have a hard time holding a job or finding a job, so that they don't speak with their lender. That's the wrong thing to do. You need to speak to your lender.
According to Listle, some people have a misconception that they can get rid of student loans through bankruptcy, but that's almost impossible.
We hear people, they tend to forget to pay a certain loan. Why? Because they just haven't scoured their loan summary, often enough.
That can lead to defaulting on a loan. Experts also recommend first paying off loans with the highest interest rates and to explore loan forgiveness programs for people in some public jobs. Andrew LaCombe, Fox 11 News.
Now, tomorrow we're going to be looking at alternatives to four-year college degrees and how technical colleges are working to fill existing needs in the workforce. And on fox11online.com, you can find links to our earlier stories this week on the subject, including how student loan debt is impacting the U.S. economy.
And our high cost of higher education town hall will be Thursday of this week at the Dudley Burter Hall on the St. Norbert College campus in De Pere. Begins at 6:30. We've invited education and business leaders to answer your questions. We will live stream the discussion on fox11online.com. You can also join us free. Just call Fox 11 at 494-8711 during regular business hours for a ticket. Also, if you have a question you'd like addressed during the town hall, you can send it to our Facebook page or tweet us using the hashtag #YourVoiceYourFuture.